What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jermane'S, and today, guys, we're in the mobile studio as usual, and today is Tuesday, July 14th. Man, I've been saying the year is progressing so fast. We have a whole lot going on within the country. This year, we have the World Cup games going. That is, unifying the country on a whole as it relates to people getting together to hosting watch parties, so on and so forth. And it's, making major commerce in the country as well. Today is a great day. We happy to be above ground, healthy, and well, so we could seize opportunity of this day and make something good of ourselves. You know, on that note, we gotta say, thank God for another day, so on and so forth, and a whole lot going on. We're gonna touch those stories. Trump has reimposed a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, and you know, well, the blockade is to stop all ships that do business with Iran to go through the strait. And the United States armed forces have been hammering Iran naval bases and naval infrastructure for quite a while now, for days now. And Trump is saying that ultimately they might take over the whole operation. They might take over and be the guardian angel of the Strait of Hormuz to protect uh, vessels, commercial vessels per se, that is transiting or seek to transit the Strait of Hormuz. And the United States is going to be charging a 20% fee for their services. So that's what's going on. What you guys think about that? If we protect the strait, we should charge a 20% fee for the rights to protect the strait. I don't know, but we have been paying any and everyone over the world for years now, and people been taking advantage of us. So I don't see anything wrong with that, to be honest with you. Um, so that's what's going on today. So it is unfortunate that the strait has closed down in a way where Iran is attacking. And as I said yesterday, Iran is the devil of the world. They're attacking commercial vessels. They're attacking um, some of these ships going through because they might be doing business with America or so on and so forth. But nobody talks about that. Nobody really talks about that. Nobody really talks about what they're doing. Nobody talks about um, how they're operating in the region, which is absolutely bonkers, which is crazy, which is really, really crazy right now. So, you know, I don't see why America shouldn't do what they need to do just to protect their interests in the region. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, actually. It is what it is, actually. But let me read you guys something. Um, The U.S. military will resume the naval blockade starting 4 a.m. Eastern Time. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that was yesterday. Trump suggested that the U.S. could charge a 20% fee for protection for ships to safely cross the strait, which we already established. Iran struck two ships in this strategic waterway, killing one crew member. According to the United Arab Emirates, Iran Revolutionary Guard also fired missiles and drones at Bahrain, targeting residential building for U.S. forces. You see, that's a level of that's a level of demonic energy Iran is coming with. It's like it's really diabolical for them to really target residential buildings, man. I'm pretty sure it's not only U.S. military people living in those residential buildings. There's other people living in those residential buildings, but they don't care about the collateral damage they might inflict on other people. They just want to do what they need to do just to prove their point, so on and so forth. So it's crazy. The 5 hours U.S. mission struck military targets across Iran, including coastal defense system, missiles, and drone sites and marine capabilities. So, U.S. is hammering them. U.S. is hammering them. Oil prices jump on Monday as the latest cycle of attacks and counterattacks renew fear of further disruption of flow through the Strait of Hormuz. International benchmark crude futures advanced 2.8% to trade at 78.14. So oil is going up, but as I said before, people are immune to this, and the markets are not reacting to these strikes and to these attacks as they were initially throughout the year, throughout the beginning of the year, because now people are realizing what's going on, and they're realizing that this is something that might carry on for months without end. The CPI data was out today, and the markets are rallying off the CPI data because they're not so bad. And for those who don't know what CPI is, it's consumer price index. Oh, was it the PPI out today or CPI? Let me double check that for you before. I think it was. Let me see what was out today. Was it PPI or CPI? Um, I Let me double check that for you. I think it's PPI data was out today. Or it's one of them that was out today, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah, so it was the PPI data, producer price index data was out today, and it wasn't so bad. That means producers are not the numbers that that we were expecting is low. So producer prices are not as high as they should be. So that's a good. So it's gonna pass down to um, consumer. So the inflation might it's not as bad as we predicted, in other words. So the markets are rallying off that information there. um, let's see what's up. I think the Dow Jones was up, Nasdaq was up, and a lot of the indexes are up. Yes, so you see the Nasdaq is up. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up. um, so the data is well, the Dow Jones is down now, but it was up earlier of the data. So the data is good. We're moving in the right direction pretty much, and it just it's a knee jerk reaction from the for the market. And interest rates, the 10-year yield was down earlier. It took a nosedive off this data as well. So you know the war and everything is not scaring us too much as it was before. So it is what it is. And people are expecting the worst, but people are preparing for the expecting the worst and preparing for it as it relates to the data and inflation and how things are going. You understand? So another news we want to touch on, as United States keep hammering Iran and keeping their foot on Iran's neck, is the late Lindsey Graham sister takes his seat as senator of South Carolina, and she was placed there temporarily by the governor Henry McMaster on Monday, appointing late Lindsey Graham's sister Darlene Graham Nardone to finish his Senate term, which ends in January. So she's gonna be the senator until January. Um, so she will be sworn in today at 2:30 p.m. today. And Lindsay said, Lindsay has always been there for me, and now I will be there for him. Graham Nardone said, calling it privilege to get to finish some of his important work. So um, that's what it is. She's going to take the place of her late brother and finish his Senate term until January 2027, which is good. And might be we might see her run in the elections, run for senator. Who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. The script can flip, and we might see her actually put her bid in to actually be a senator and run. You know what I mean? So anything can happen. It's a funny story with them because he took Lindsey Graham. He took legal guardianship of his sister when he was 22 and she was 13. After both their parents when died within 15 months of each other. That's crazy. So he took become the legal guardian of his own sister. So that was good thing. Not many people have the balls to do that. And in today's day, like the average 22-year-old today has the mind of a 10-year-old, or you know, in today's economy. Listen, in today America, the average 22-year-old have the mind and mental fortitude and mental capacity of a 10-year-old. So in whatever year that was when Lindsey Graham was 22 and he took legal guardianship of his sister that was 13. That's crazy. You will never see that happen today, because the average 22-year-old is have the mind of a 10 or 11-year-old. You got to take 10 years off their age or more. That's how deluded and watered down society is today in terms of um, teenagers and teens having a strong mind, strong opinion, fit, mentally stable, mentally fortified, and and can do something. It's crazy. You don't have that today, like how it was back in the day. So that speak volumes to see that he was able to do that and bring her up to be, you know, what I presume to be very successful, and so on and so forth. And now she's like finishing the job he started as senator, and doing the work for him because he passed away, which the FBI is looking into that, as we spoke about that yesterday. Graham was running for re-election this fall, and a special Republican primary election will be held on August 11 to determine who will replace him on the ballot for a full 6-year term. So, as I said, we might see his sister who will come forward, and that might happen. They might put her forward to replace him. Um, Another story I want to touch on, because we don't have much time today, so we're going to pivot right into the story. California staged suit to block the $110 billion Hollywood merger, so between Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery. So listen, California is one of those states that I don't understand how they are, but they shake down companies, they shake down individuals, they shake down businesses, they shake down everyone. Like California taxes are out of this world. Listen, a few years ago, I was given the opportunity to relocate to California, in the Escondido region. My previous company I worked for was trying to have me go there, but after assessing the landscape and assessing what's going on there at the time, that was around 2018, 2019, and the price for a gallon of gas regular over there at that time, pre-COVID, was like 4.75 or almost $5 for a gallon of regular. Pre-COVID, I'm talking about. You understand? So I turned that offer down, and after turning that offer down, I realized that I really didn't make a mistake, because I really didn't want to live in California. It's a hellhole. It's a democratic hellhole over there. Um, After seeing how they handle the wildfire situation and so on and so forth. And after seeing how San Francisco went from one of the tech hub of the world to a dilapidated cesspool, to lack of a better term, with people just breaking into places, breaking into cars. The mayor of San Francisco came out and said that it's better to keep your car open, don't lock it, because if they're gonna try to go in there, it's easier to give them free access than them breaking your windows and breaking your stuff, and you gotta repair it and so forth. So I was very happy that I didn't move to California at the time. And fast forward to this, that just speaks volume because California tax budget is out of this world, and they'll try to block any and everything. They don't like, and it's crazy because California is one of the most innovative state as it relates to Silicon Valley and so on and so forth. And they try to just rake in all monies they can. They're just trying to, and I'm not seeing where it's going because some of these monies and some of these taxes that they're collecting is just to bolster those politicians' pocket and bolster their control and command over things, but it's not actually helping anyone. From my perspective, I believe that any one of those California billionaires who are facing these billionaires taxes now can say, okay, I'm gonna give up 90 to 95% of my wealth to California state government or municipality or local government, and nothing will freaking change in California. Do you know why? I don't think California have a problem with taxes. I think California has a problem with stewardship over the tax money they collect and stewardship over how they disperse funds and the programs they involve in and how they spending. They lack accountability on spending. They waste money. They engage in some of the most stupid, most wild spending habits and you can ever think of. And it makes you wonder, these people who get into office as stewards of a steward of the tax dollars and as people who should really disburse and set up revenue streams to help promoting the state, to help education, to help people get better jobs in terms of like educating them to take jobs that pay good wages. It's crazy. They're not doing that. They're just doing some woke bullshit with the money they're taking in California. That's what they're doing over there. And that's why many of these billionaires are leaving because that billionaire's tax is not going to help anyone, but it's going to go to waste. That's what it's going to do. It's going to go to waste. The California government or state government over there does not understand. And not only California, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing California, but it is that's true of many places across the United States and the world per se. You know, they will tax you to death, and you don't see where the tax money is going because all they do is engage in massive social services program that have don't have any end, and it encourages people to be lazy and it encourages people to lack innovation and just depend on the system and just take from the system without having the opportunity to become something and to contribute to the system. You understand? So that's what I think about what's going on in California. It's a sad situation that they're trying to block this merger deal, which already passed the federal scrutiny and going through. But you know, um, not only them, there's a bunch of different states that trying to block this merger, and Paramount and Warner Brothers is coming together just to make because you know Paramount and Warner Brothers were failing in a way. Netflix tried to get in, Netflix didn't get it. So You know, who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But that's what I have for you today, guys. Please remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe so you know whenever I drop any content at all. This is your boy Jermaine Views, and we see you guys in the next video. Just stay ahead of what's going on today, and let me know what you think.